Bottles.
My name's G.
And welcome back to Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge.
Sounded all monotone. Oogie's Revenge. And now we see the humble skeleton in his natural habitat, Halloween Town, hunting for a bag of bugs that will hold him over until next Halloween.
This reminds me of when we were playing that Bear Grylls game.
Oh my
god. Like a couple weeks ago. And just literally everything's like, we are in the town square, and we're going to buy whatever's here.
This old fucking prune with a hook for a nose is trying to sell me something.
But they're just too goddamn
I
expensive.
think it's a fucking rip-off. Suck my bone a biscuit, you old hag. And what about you, you little midget?
Yeah,
with a thumbtack coming out of her head.
Everything's too fucking expensive. Oh, look at all these moves we could buy, though.
Yeah, you could do like 3 different fucking things with
Santa.
Repossession, Scared Stiff, and Cold Front.
But we
We have Ass Cheeks King.
Yep.
Fuck
Look
you.
at her face. She's like,
I'll grab your fucking blouse, you twat.
I grab you by the blouse and then by the pussy.
Wow. This is the skeleton of Donald Trump.
Jack Skellington is the skeleton of Donald Trump.
You're my skeleton. I lived in a sewer once. It was very warm. Because of the shit. I think we have to go over here.
Nah, this is a training ground.
Oh.
We're standing in Halloween Town, trying to find out where the fuck to go.
This is Behemoth Briars. And now I'll become Santa. And learn the controls. Eat presents, you cunt.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, it hurts me.
Merry Christmas!
It hurts my cock. Ow.
Whoa.
Ow. This hurts me horribly. Ow. This is not going well.
I am the Pumpkin King! Merry Christmas! This is not going well. I just can't get enough of that. Merry Christmas! It sounds so hammed up, it's hilarious.
How did they do this in the opening? How did they just like throw a present and then like detonate it?
Who knows? Have you ever listened to the cover album of this, of Nightmare Before Christmas? It's so fucking good, dude. Yeah. It's just like, you've probably heard the This Is Halloween from that album. It's literally Marilyn Manson doing This Is Halloween. But what they did is they got like a bunch of like rock people to do like songs from from the movie. I forget which one Korn did. But,
Korn, wow.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I never even heard of that before, to be honest with you.
Did you ever hear the Marilyn Manson version of This Is Halloween?
Nah.
It's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely not like in the fucking opening, but... I think I got up to this point when I was a kid and then I stopped.
Me too.
The pumpkin
Oh,
patch is
behemoth.
a mess.
It's the baddies. They ruin it. Break the bridge. The big pumpkin head. Baddies eat it too. My precious pumpkins.
Doesn't look very eaten to me.
Maybe it's from the back.
Maybe.
They just ate it out and then like lived in it.
Hello? Testing. Testing.
Is that fucking Oogie?
1, 2, 3.
Fortunately.
Am I on? Denizens of Oogie Town.
Oogie
Jack
Town.
has returned, according to the reports. He's enjoying our dangerous Oogie Town so much he's screaming in horror. Rejoice! This is all thanks to your efforts. Baron, my star pupil, my prodigal son, my shining star. Good boy, and you're half-witted.
Bombs? You want it?
Playmates couldn't know.
Oh yeah, you still have to fight Barrel.
There's more than half a chance. I'll be there. Very, very.
I have a new technique that I found out. Oh,
Ooh.
that's alright. I am not by any means calcium deficient.
Oh, he's angry.
Coal robber.
Not quite.
Coal robber.
Yo!
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, man. That's annoying.
Coal robber.
You know what was really interesting that happened on Halloween on Reddit? R.L. Stein did an AMA.
Really?
Yeah. It was really interesting. These people were asking, like, you know, what's your, like, the process? What'd you think of the Goosebumps movie? You know, shit like that. And he's like, apparently he just thinks of, like, he thinks of the title first, I think, and then goes on from there. Or just thinks of, like, a certain concept and just rolls with it. You know, a lot of people are like, what do you think of Stephen King? He's like, oh, I respect Stephen King quite a lot. So apparently, have you ever heard how Stephen King apparently writes his books?
No.
He literally, like, he has, like, a base concept in his head, and he'll literally just write and write and write, and he won't, like, revise anything.
Really?
Yeah. For the sole purpose of, like, his philosophy of that is that if he just writes, like, what feels natural, well, then that's what naturally would happen, right? And you know, he has said, like, oh, there are times where I start writing and then something doesn't make sense, but that's why I write until it does make sense. Which, you know, may not be the best strategy, but it's certainly an interesting one.
It's definitely unique, that's for sure.
Especially
I mean,
how many...
he has produced, you know, some pretty good works.
Yeah.
And I mean, even though that they lack in the special effects department, which is okay because of the time period that they were made in, they're still really good stories.
Oh yeah, I get it.
I like his stories, I really do.
Stephen King?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, special effects aren't really needed for some of them. Yeah. And most of them aren't even movies. Just books.
They're having a Stephen King marathon on AMC during Halloween. Really cool. That's good to watch some of his old works that I didn't see, like Silver Bullet.
Never saw it.
It's just like a werewolf one.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And then there's this one, I didn't get to see it, but my aunt was telling me about it. Fuck, what? Oh, there's this one where this guy rents a hotel room, and he's like trapped inside of the hotel room, and he's trying to get out, and every time he tries to get out, some fucking trippy shit goes down. Like, he realizes that like every time he tries to call for help, he isn't actually like communicating with anyone. Like, he tries to open the door and like the door doesn't open, and then it gets to another point where he's trying to call for someone. He sees someone like outside of the window in like another building, and he's like waving to the person and like calling for help, and like the longer that he calls for help, he starts to realize that like the person that he's calling for is just a reflection of him. And like the whole time that he was calling for someone, he was just like reacting to his own reflection, but it like wasn't him. So it's like it's a movie about like some kind of like supernatural forces keeping him like trapped inside of this room, but they constantly like peg the question of, is it really a supernatural force, or is he just losing his sanity? Barrel's Maze, that sounds like fun. Don't it?
Well, we're gonna figure that out in the next episode. I'm Bottles.
My name is G.
Later.